How's everybody doing this fine day? I'm about to do a video I never thought I'd do. Just putting it straight out there. Um, I'd like to start this by saying I have a lot of respect for Mark Bell. I think he is a great guy. I've interviewed him on this channel before. He stood up for what was right in 2020. I've got nothing negative to say about him, although I do think he is extremely off the mark with this. He has been promoting a high sugar, low fat diet. Now, we're going to listen to what he has to say, but just to put it out there, we know this doesn't work on a population level because we tried it. Like, what do you think were the 70s and 80s? We tried this already. It led to a chronic illness epidemic that is crushing our country. We know that high sugar, low fat diets lead to a rise in many, many, many chronic illnesses. And while this may work for some individuals, I mean, and the argument is, like, my argument is, does it really? I believe at one point in time, this Mark gives a shout out to Cole Robinson, the fucking the snake diet lunatic, and Durian Ryder, who is also a fucking lunatic, about this shit. Like, where it's like they, like, I'm like kind of flabbergasted. Now, don't get me wrong, I am with Mark on you should try new things. Fuck, I'm at the end of a 48-hour fast, the first one I've ever done. Feeling really good, by the way. I'll probably be doing this at least once a week, if not at least a 24-hour fast, at least once a week. But I'm like kind of lost for what to say about this with Mark here. And again, one more time, and Mark, if you do watch this, nothing but respect, buddy. I'm just going to go through and actually like talk about like the science and shit, like just normalized stuff. But let's get you up here. This is Mark Smelly Bell. Great guy. I mean, not to mention, not only is he a great guy, but I will say this: his slingshot piece of gym equipment is amazing. Like it's amazing. It helps so many people with damaged shoulders to still be able to bench press and stuff like that. It's an extremely well thought out thing. It's basically a powerlifting shirt that is just you can just strip on your arms. But let's let's go over what he has to say. I'm playing him at 1.25 speed. Okay, so don't anybody think that I'm like making him sound weird. This is him at 1.25 speed, and let's just get to it.
Mark Smelly Bell here, and I'm going to explain to you what the sugar diet is and why you might want to think about it. The sugar diet, it is what it sounds. You're primarily eating sugar throughout the day. One thing that's unique about this diet that makes it...
It's not really that unique. It's called the standard American diet. Just saying.
A little bit novel and a little bit new-ish.
It is not newish. This was completely attempted in the 70s and 80s, and we all know it. Like, and this is no shit, the sugar industry paid off Harvard to basically say that fat was bad and sugar was good. It's not even a question. It's not even a debate. We're going to go over it here in a little bit. That is literally what happened. Fat was demonized by the sugar industry when they paid Harvard to literally say fat was bad. Like, that's another reason why Harvard should not even be an institution anymore. They've probably led to more disease and death than just about any other thing in the world. Yes, trillions of debt or trillions of dollars of spending on chronic illness and disease from high sugar, low fat diets, and millions of lives lost because of this. Thank you very much. But let's continue.
To most people, there are some people that have been practicing this kind of around the globe. They're sick, fat, and nearly dead, talking about smoothies and so forth, and carbohydrates, and blasting carbs, and keeping your fats low, and so forth. But in this...
Now, I'm also going to point this out here. For people like me and Mark, keeping your fats low is not that big of a deal, just so everybody understands. Keeping your fats low for people that are on hormones, like I'm on TRT, I'm sure he's on TRT. He's a very big advocate of hormone therapy, and so am I. But we don't have to worry about our body producing testosterone anymore because we inject our testosterone. So therefore, being extra lean and not having as much fat in your diet is viable. It's not nearly as deleterious. But if you're not on any type of hormone support and you go on a low-fat, no-fat diet, especially with high sugar, it's be prepared to crush your endocrine system. Like that is not good. Like also, I'm just going to point out that Alzheimer's is thought to be metabolic now. Like I mean, that's another thing too. All the data on Alzheimer's research was faked for a long time. They thought it was from the plaque. The plaque was just a symptom of the problem. The problem is hyperinsulinemia. Hyperinsulinemia is when you have too much insulin flooding into your system, and yes, your brain has a problem with that. So constantly spiking your insulin levels throughout the course of the day, not only is that a recipe for, massive problems and many other things, including non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, cardiovascular disease, kidney disease, all those things, it's highly inflammatory, like highly, highly inflammatory, which is wild. I don't know why he's doing this. And these are facts. Like eating sugar is an addictive inflammatory substance. We all know it. So to advocate for it is wild. But also, just to point out, Mark, you're kind of advocating for something on a population level that you don't factor into, because you're like me, where we inject our hormones, right?
This plan, you're not only going to keep the fats low, you're also going to keep the protein more modest. And I wouldn't say low, I would just say modest. For myself, it's basically half my body weight. So I have 100, maybe all the way upwards of 150 grams a day. But I weigh, as of today, weighed 209 for the first time. So this diet is really working for me. Those of you who don't know, I used to be 330 pounds. Lost weight with keto type methods, and really more so low carb than anything else. Messed around with some carnivore stuff, but not a crazy amount of carnivore. I've always liked it. I appreciate it. Meat-based is what I decided to land on, and I started eating meat and fruit. Anyway, this diet helped me to realize that one of the reasons why I was stalling, one of the reasons why a lot of other people were failing, obviously there's a calorie thing in there.
Right.
But what's unique about the sugar diet is you get to eat more food.
So, Mark, I know you probably have not thought of this, right? I will point out that he mentions the eating more food multiple times in this video. That is Fat Mark talking to you, trying to convince you to be able to eat more food. You clearly do not need more food, because you clearly, and I do mean clearly, you sustain yourself. I will also point out that you are already pretty incredibly lean. To be losing pounds and pounds and pounds a week, that's muscle, likely. You're very likely catabolizing your muscle, as you are not in a nitrogen positive state. You're in a high insulin state. I don't think this is like, this sounds like the fat man in the back of your brain has convinced you to do this so you can eat more. And for people with problems with food, like me and you, Mark, I'm going to step in as the actual weight loss expert on the two of us and say that I'm worried that you are setting yourself up for relapse or other serious medical complications. Like, does everybody get, like, processed sugar is so hard on your liver? Because processed sugar is two molecules, glucose and fructose. Glucose gets digested, and about 80% of it goes throughout the body, into your tissues, into your blood, and that sort of thing. And about 20% of it is stored in your liver. It's processed and stored into your liver, right? But for fructose is 100% processed by the liver. 100%. And that is one of the reasons why high sugar diets lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It's also one of the reasons why alcoholism leads to fatty liver disease, because alcohol is sugar. No disrespect to Mark. Mark, if you would like to have a conversation about this, I would love to talk to you about it live. We could talk live. We could share our thoughts. It can be constructive. I respect you. If you don't respect me, I don't care. But you can at least know that I'm not going to be my normal bulldog, and we can talk.
Sorry, I'm walking around in a circle here at my home gym, and I might be out of breath because I just got done doing farmer's carries and a bunch of other stuff. What makes this unique is you're not really in a caloric deficit. Now, I know by definition when you lose weight, you're in a caloric deficit. But what's happening is that your metabolism revs up, and it revs up to meet that level and even exceed the level of food that you're eating. Now, it's in a reasonable way. It's not going to be some crazy thing, and it's not going to be some crazy thing right off the bat. You might have to train your body to do it. We know we can train the body to do just about anything. You can train.
You know what training your body to deal with high insulin spikes is going to do? It will eventually lead to insulin resistance. Like eating sugar all day long, spiking your insulin levels all day long, that is, it's wild. That is like the blueprint for chronic illness. I don't understand why this very intelligent man who runs multiple businesses, who I have respected, one of the very fucking few people I respect in the fitness industry. I don't understand. I think this is your eating disorder creeping back up, Mark, and like this is fat Mark trying to convince you to eat more food and sugary shit.
In your jaw, you can train your feet, you can train your calves, you can train your wrists, your forearms, and you can make yourself a lot stronger and improve yourself from wherever you were previously. This diet, the sugar diet, people may not realize this, but there's been people who've been studying this for a long time using unconventional ways to heal
Name two sane ones with data.
People from things like diabetes. The rice diet, I think, was even done maybe back in like the 50s or something like that.
And it didn't work.
To help with people for diabetes. There's a couple other diets have expanded off of that, and it's very low fat and low in protein as well. There's a whole lot of reasons why that might be. FGF21 is supposedly at the helm, kind of running the show and helping the body to rev up the metabolism. You can Google that, you can look it up, you can find some YouTube videos on it. But what's interesting again about the sugar diet, what makes it different is it's hard to look up shit on the sugar diet. It's hard to...
That's because there's not data on it, dude. And it's actually not hard, Mark, to look up the sugar diet. Look at what happened in the 70s and 80s. Look at how sickly people got. Look at what has resulted on people doing a high sugar, low fat diet in our society today. Go to Walmart, motherfucker. Go to Walmart.
To look up stuff on high carb. You want to know why it's kind of hard to look up stuff on high carb? Is because no one's really doing it this way. This way makes it a little bit more unique. And I say no one, but there's some people out there messing with it. You hear Cole Robinson, Durian Ryder. Shout out to those guys. If I'm missing some...
Shout out to those two fucking crazy, stupid motherfuckers who literally are like clinically insane. Like Cole Robinson, first of all, is a liar. Like, if you think, I totally think he eats differently than how he fucking eats. And Durian Ryder has been an insane motherfucker for a long goddamn time. To actually show any type of, like, Durian Ryder is a fucking lunatic. I mean, I'm lost here, Mark. It's like lost. Yeah, this is right. The 70s and 80s is the goddamn data, Mark. So crazy. Yeah, this is funny. Dr. McDonald, the high-carb diet guy, built a business on it, and we still don't know what killed him. He was very sickly looking at for years. His family and business partners don't want to lose the business. That's it exactly.
People, I apologize. I'm a little new to this particular style of dieting. But I used to be 330 pounds. As of today, I weighed 209. I've been working my way down from 240 pounds, and I'm working my way towards 200 pounds. And I chose this style of diet from listening to some of the things that Cole Robinson was saying on his YouTube channel, which is the snake diet.
Did you have like an aneurysm or something like that led you to start watching Cole Robinson? What the fuck, man?
Cole was saying you get to eat more food. And he's just hammer sugar. Now, what do I mean by sugar? Sugar in the context of literally straight table sugar is fine. You can throw some table.
Straight table sugar is not fine. Straight table sugar should be viewed as an addictive substance that should only be eaten with the same care as drinking alcohol. It's one of the most deleterious substances to put in your body. It's fucking insane. This is not even a debate.
Sugar in some water if you want. You can drink some Gatorade. You can drink some pop here and there. How about it, right?
Why not? Have at it. Yeah,
myself,
shit. Who
what
cares?
I'm choosing to eat more often is honey, table sugar, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and so forth.
If you would have just led away from the fucking table sugar, we could have been there. We still could have been bros.
Depending on your budget, you might want to get frozen berries. I do that a lot too. Let them thaw for a little bit and then chow down on them. They're absolutely incredible. Throw some honey on there. It kind of crystallizes, and it's really amazing.
Similar to what I do.
So you do that all throughout the day, and then in the evening, you have basically one, maybe two-ish meals with a really lean source of protein. And this is why This is part of the reason why it's easier to do this diet with 1 to 2 meals a day, and it's easier to do it with the leaner meats because you get to eat a little bit more of the leaner meat.
It's all volume. He's talking about all volume. He wants to increase the volume of food that he is allowing himself to eat. That's it. This is a very temporary thing that's going to allow you to eat some extra volume that will then climb up, dude. This is unhealthy as fuck.
I use 99% lean ground turkey. I also use Piedmontese fillets, which are almost no fat. I will also utilize scallops, shrimp.
Fillets have a high fat content. It's just mixed into the meat.
Chicken breast, and there's egg whites, right? So those are all great options. But if the protein gets too high and you're eating protein and fat
there's literally no such fucking thing, I think.
during the day, you're not taking advantage of what this diet can truly do. I know Cole Robinson mentioned
I don't need to take advantage and get diabetes, bro. I don't.
he's 166 pounds and he's at like 3,300 calories a day.
And he's a liar, so that does that. I'm not even saying it like we don't like. You can't just make that statement and also not talk about like, one, is he actually at 3,300 calories a day because Cole Robinson's a fucking crazy ass fucking liar, and on two, how much activity does he do, right?
For myself,
it's also weird to want to eat that many calories. If you ask me, like that is a sign of disordered eating.
I don't know the calorie count, but I know that I'm smashing food all day. I just went to the movie theater and ate a bunch of Sour Patch Kids and jelly beans during the movie, Sinners. I realize my situation might be unique. People are like, oh, well, you're really lean already. You're really jacked and use performance-enhancing drugs. I'm always forthcoming with that. I always try to give it to you guys straight. But I want to make you guys aware of this diet. So again, throughout the day...
So, I still don't... First of all, I mean, Cole could also be on, performance-enhancing drugs too. Don't know, don't care. Couldn't give a fuck less. If Cole Robinson was on fire in the middle of the road, he'd be fucked. If it was me with the water, because I'm thirsty. But, I don't... Like, you're putting this out there. You want everybody to know about this. You realize that most of America is fat, right? Like, I mean, you understand that most of America is obese, right? Like, we're over 50% morbid obesity when it comes to visceral fat deposits, and you're talking about a high sugar diet. That's how these people got fucking fat. You realize that, right? Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't know if you're going through something. I mean, I'm not trying to like diminish this man, but I don't know if you're going through something. I don't know if your eating disorder has crept up on you and is like, God, I need to eat more food. I need to eat more food. I need to eat more food. I don't know what's going on, but I'm worried something's up with you, dude. Like, because like, this is not logic at all whatsoever. It's just crazy talk.
Straight sugary shit. Sugary stuff, not sugary shit.
No, it's sugary shit. No. You had it right the first time. That was your actual common sense and logic stepping in and choosing the words before you had a chance to correct yourself to make it seem like you don't realize that you're eating shit. You know you're eating sugary shit all day long. You know it's unhealthy deep down. But I do believe that you are trying to find a way to eat more food because the food demon's on your shoulders saying, hey, we need to eat more food.
Fruit, you can even have vegetables. So fruit and vegetables all throughout the day.
Oh, you can even have vegetables on it. Great. Why not just eat the meat, the fruit, and the veggies and avoid the fucking table sugar and eat a whole food diet and actually not give yourself diabetes? Could we not try that? I mean, why does everybody, like, why am I the only one that talks about whole food diets? Like, it's not a diet. It's just eating nature, man. It's just eating what the fuck grows off the fucking land and eats the fucking shit that grows off the land that we then kill and fucking make into steaks. Like, I don't understand why people need to do all this crazy shit. Start your day off with protein. Drink plenty of water. Have your next meal be protein and some light veggies for the micronutrients and the flavor. If you eat a third meal a day, maybe have some carbohydrates, a potato, sweet potato, rice, that sort of thing. If you're going to have anything that tastes sweet, have it towards the end of the day, because there's this little thing called a glycemic response to your body that when you ingest sugar, it actually makes you fucking hungrier, factually. Like, I don't understand how we're here, man. I don't.
Fruit and vegetables all throughout the day. Then in the evening, hammer out some really lean meat and try to keep your fats under 30. That's my goal for each day.
Fats under 30?
And I'm only counting.
First of all, fats under 30 is easy to say for somebody that doesn't have to worry about their endocrine system running. But fats under 30 for the average person, welcome to crashing T levels or estrogen levels. Welcome to it. Welcome.
100 grams of protein from my meat sources, but I'm also getting a little bit of protein from a steak shake that I may have if I have a craving after I have my dinner.
Oh, you're going to have cravings after your dinner, dude. You've been eating sugar all the fucking day long. You're going to have some cravings. That's not even a question.
And I also am just eating, protein from the vegetables and the fruit that I'm eating. Something like watermelon water supposedly has like 8% protein. So
the fact that you have to say supposedly in front of that is wild.
That's the sugar diet. This is the way this thing works. All you really need to understand is that when you start to feed the body sugar, you're going to burn more. Feed it more sugar, you're going to burn more. You're going to feed it more sugar, you're going to burn more and more and more. And so
that's not true. First of all, it's definitely not true in the long run. If you ingest more calories, is your metabolism going to mechanize and then you'll start trying to burn more? A little bit, yeah. But unless you're very, very active, and also unless you're on exogenous hormones, you're going to be fucked, like super fucked.
So forth. There's going to be a point of diminished returns, and also I would advise and advocate that you start a little bit slowly. But if I was to guess, I would say on most days I'm anywhere between 400 and 800 calories or 800 grams of carbs from these sugary sources.
Well, Mark, I hope you catch this before your fucking feet fall off. 3,200 calories in just carbohydrates. Was it sprinkled with crack? I mean, what? I don't get it.
I'm just going to throw it out there. A couple other things I eat. I eat oranges, apples.
Good.
A sorbet. I really love sorbet. So again, if I have cravings in the evening, I'll have that. It might not be the best option, but I'm still losing weight doing that, and that's ultimately what matters. I don't weigh or measure anything. There's no meal prep. I just travel around a little bit sometimes with some fruit, walk out of the door with a banana. It's easy. This diet is invigorating in a lot of ways and empowering in a lot of ways.
No, it's not. It's not invigorating or empowering. It's allowing you to eat more food, which was the goal in your brain that your eating disorder came up with. Reality exists, Mark. Again, man, I mean no disrespect. I like you as a person. This is all crazy talk. It's absolutely insanity. Let me run through my bullet points of shit, because I actually have some bullet points of shit. Just so we can put it out there, shall we? Let's see. 1970 dietary guidelines in the United States marked a pivotal shift when they went from... Wait, hang on. That's not the one I wanted. Bang. Bang. Okay, give me a sec. One more second, please, and thank you. I just can't get over this, Mark. I mean, it's fucking dude. Jesus. All right. So basically, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read down the possible negative benefits of this. Increased risk of type 2 diabetes, excessive sugar intake, especially from sugary beverages, leads to insulin resistance, elevated blood glucose, and pancreatic beta cell stress. The evidence is a 2015 meta-analysis and the BMJ found that daily consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages increases type 2 diabetes risk by 18% per serving. Then the impact is chronically high sugar diets exacerbate glycemic dysregulation, making diabetes prevention and management more difficult. There's also the obesity and weight gain. Sugary foods and drinks are calorically dense but low in satiety, leading to overconsumption and fat accumulation. Fructose, in particular, is metabolized in the liver, promoting visceral fat storage. The evidence is a 2013 systemic review of the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and it linked high sugar intake, especially from beverages, to significant weight gain in children and adults. The impact is obesity increase. Cardiovascular disease, high sugar intake raises triglycerides, lowers HDL cholesterol, and promotes inflammation, all of which contribute to osteoporosis. The evidence is a 2014 study in JAMA, International Medicine. And the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which you are bound to get if you keep eating like this, is excess fructose is converted to fat in the liver, leading to hepatic stenosis, steatosis, and inflammation. This is from a 2015 review in the Journal of Hepatology. There's also the increased cancer risks. High sugar intake may promote cancer through obesity, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation, which create pro-tumorigenic environment. That's a 2018 study in Natural Communications. Oh, yeah, and by the way, cognitive and mental effects. Chronic high sugar diets may impair hippocampal functions and increase neural inflammation, potentially affecting memory and mood. Sugar's reward effect may also contribute to addictive-like eating behaviors. That's from a 2017 study in Scientific Reports. Nutrient displacement. This is something that I don't believe he talked about, but high sugar foods often lack essential nutrients, displacing healthier options in the diet. And there's the gut microbial disruption that high sugar intakes alter the gut microbiome composition, reducing beneficial bacteria and promoting inflammation. Like, it's a highly inflammatory diet. You know, it's very strange. It also leads to problems with absorption of vitamin A, D, I believe C and E. It's just kind of crazy that Mark went with this stuff. This is an unhealthy diet that Mark Bell is promoting to the generalized public. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that eats this way is going to be unhealthy. I am saying that give it time. If you keep eating this way, you will be. I mean, look at Durian Ryder. He looks like he's going to die. One of the people that this guy just shot out. But I don't understand. I don't understand. Mark, I really appreciate you. I appreciate what you've done for the fitness industry. I appreciate how you stood up for everybody in 2020. I mean, no disrespect. I just think you got this entirely wrong. Like, completely wrong. It's so backwards for not only weight loss, because here's the thing. Weight loss is not actually weight loss unless it's permanent. Weight loss with regain is weight cycling. There's a huge difference. Most people weight cycle. I've lost weight, right? I'm keeping it off. Mark has lost weight. He's keeping it off. But most people do not lose weight. They weight cycle. And oftentimes they weight cycle is because they go on a diet instead of building a lifestyle. And that diet then leads to them going off of the diet. This diet they might not go off of as much, but it's fucking wild to think that this is something that you should be telling to, like, a broad range of people, especially when, dude, you talk about weight loss a lot. Like, a lot of people follow you that aren't powerlifters anymore. A lot of people follow you that aren't in the fitness industry anymore. A lot of people follow you because they look at your advice to lose weight because you've lost 100 and some pounds yourself. And you are being very, very, very disrespectful to them. In my opinion, of course, Mark. I hope you have a great day. Everybody can hop over to the next one. I will be back in about 3 minutes.
The Holy Trinity Bundle isn't just about weight loss, it's about empowering you to find your healthiest, happiest self. Let's talk about what's in the bundle and how it caters specifically to our needs. First, we got Ember, which is not just any fat burner. It's also going to boost your mood, your energy levels, while also suppressing your appetite. And if you're worried about it being too strong, you can split the tablet in half to tailor its impact. Next, we have Alchemy NCT, which turns the carbs that you eat into energy and not fat. Yes, energy, not fat. This is our way of making sure that the meals that you eat contribute positively to your weight loss journey. And girls, we all know that we want that. And finally, no morbidity. This one's my favorite because it works while you sleep. It burns fat and controls those nighttime cravings without any stimulants, so you wake up feeling refreshed. Try it out and feel the genuine difference. Here's to new beginnings and real results.